Hi, in this video I'm going to use McDraw, which is a Commodore 64 bitmap editor. It has a few little problems right now of being kind of locked into the background color being black, especially when you import an image. It will assume that the background color is black. I know the author is pretty busy, and it's something that he could work on to improve it. But I just really like this tool because it's just super nice to make images in. And see, I obviously like doing landscapes. It seems to be my favorite thing. And these kind of game-like sort of scenes. I'm just gonna and make a nice sky, and make sure you close off all your fill areas because you will get them leaking through if you don't. And you can see already I've got this kind of interior of a cave because we see all this black in the foreground, which suggests that things are not receiving light and are also right in front of you. Right? Contrasted things tend to be in front, and things that are a bit more tinted, like the sky, tend to look further back. See how this mountain is pushed away? So if I want to make a further away mountain, I would guess I would choose this grey, which is slightly lighter than this blue in terms of value, right? But maybe it doesn't really match because it doesn't have that blue tone. There's a couple of things you can do. You can choose the pattern here and mix it with blue, and it will suddenly fade a bit more. Choose this blue. You can see how it's more in line with this one. And we can actually use that checker effect here. If I use this and use grey, we can create some little highlights on this one that are just subtle enough. If you look at this view here, I really like this. Okay, that's matter. And there's that. Sorry, interruptions as usual. So adding this detail to the ground would make it look like there's some kind of water here that's reflecting the sky. Obviously having checkers everywhere isn't a good idea because it does make things look busier than they should be, but if you use the checkering effect over your whole image in a kind of a way that is consistent, then viewers will kind of accept it as a method of making a third color, right? So mixing blue with this magenta here is making a different tone and helping to create this sky. I can even use it here to highlight some parts of this mountain, and even down here to change the tone of this water. And if you use red, it's a little bit darker. Now if we click this button, we can actually reverse the checker and fill in some areas between, and ultimately make this look lighter and different. See how I'm making this look bright? Now I'm going to turn these off and make this look a little bit like a shadow. Suddenly I have this scene done in very little time, which might be good for a kind of adventure game or something. Here I'm using brown with a little bit of checker. So now if I spent about 2 hours on this image, I'm sure it could look pretty good with a bit of work. But this is what you can get fairly quickly with a tool like this that makes use of the dithering, and yeah, that's why I really like it. Get all these extra tones appearing and be your own kind of Commodore 64 Bob Ross. Let's do a little bit of highlight on the inside of the cave as if some light is reaching in and reflecting off some rocks in here, but keeping it dark. Right, let's say we're tempted to add a character in here. Now what I would probably do is grab everything. So with this here, you can actually grab the whole image and it gives you this brush. I'm going to switch to bitmap 2 and plot this down because I don't want to lose what I had. Oh, let me just do that again with these off. Right. Okay, it's moved a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Right. So now I could sculpt in, or sorry, draw in a character. And drawing with just black and white, or sorry, just with black as a silhouette form, helps you really see the form really nicely without thinking about it too much. Okay, it's kind of creeping out. You see, because this guy's in shadow, it doesn't really need very much to help make it work. Okay, it's the cave dweller character here. I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow as if it's being cast over these rocks and things. And behind, let's add a bit of light to really help sell that shadow. And because I've added the sun, I guess I need to justify it with a few lighter tones. Now, because I'm making an image that should work on an actual Commodore 64, I should also check things like the color restrictions. Every little square you see here should only have 3 colors, plus one color which is the constant background color. In this case it's black. So I guess it's 4 colors, but one color is fixed. I'm just adding a lot of texture to this area and break it up a little bit. And just by drawing in black, you can create things like trees. Once you've got your image, you want to kind of refine some areas using anti-lacing, which you support the edges of things to make them look smoother, or things look a little bit softer and fading into the distance. You can see how it's made a little highlight there. You can actually use that to your advantage to make it look like light is hitting off the edges here. A rim light. And again, because we're making this for a Commodore 64, we need to check these restrictions. You can see there's a whole bunch here, but there's a trick. If you export the PNG and import the PNG, it will actually fix those restrictions automatically, and it doesn't look like too many changes were made. Let's just switch this. You can see how it looked before and after. And yeah, that's pretty much my process. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoy making Commodore 64 style artwork using this online tool called McDraw. Thanks for watching. Bye.